The power to move a nation forward takes root in the productivity of business and industries. As your Meralco corporate partner, we understand the role power plays in fueling the growth of your business. How it moves, how it brings things to life, how it drives your business, and ultimately, how it plays a role in building a nation. Our relationship goes beyond distributing power. Over 100 years of experience has shaped us into the company we are today. We have evolved from being a power distribution company to a total energy solutions provider. And it is this experience that we bring to all our partnerships. It is with this perspective that we adapt and evolve to your energy needs, whatever they may be. We may be a big company, but our approach is always personal. Our energy solutions, always customized. Our subsidiaries are vertically integrated to seamlessly provide end-to-end energy solutions. Isakai is a company focused on electric vehicles and EV charging technologies that aim to modernize transport systems and offer green mobility solutions for the private and public transport sectors throughout the country. MServe is an expert in providing superior, customized after-the-meter energy services, specifically strategic load-side outsourcing and energy efficiency solutions that empower businesses and help them achieve total system efficiency and reliability. Classified as a AAA contractor, our subsidiary Miascore is engaged in engineering, procurement, construction and maintenance, focusing on industrial plants, power generation, communications, and waterworks. Radius Telecoms Incorporated is the only Philippine carrier that delivers connectivity services on a pure fiber optic infrastructure nationwide, enabling service providers and businesses to transmit digital information on a secure information superhighway. From the design of the system to its interconnection to the grid, Spectrum is Meralco's solar company that provides end-to-end expertise. From day one, your Meralco Corporate Partners team works with you to map out your power needs, improve your power quality, and increase productivity through energy-efficient services and solutions.
Our main objective is to provide adequate, reliable, and affordable power to our commercial and industrial customers. Our relationship managers and technical support team are the heart and soul of our relationship and engagement with our big commercial and industrial customers. In Meralco Corporate Partners, we feel that if our customers grow, it allows Meralco to grow with them.
Both Meralco and MSA are very important and very necessary for us to have the quality energy 24/7.
Meralco is a reliable partner and we value their customer centricity.
Especially when we encounter power issues, the response is quite fast, especially when we need support on how to improve our electricity load. Their team will always be here to support us.
We build a lot of restaurants in the country, and in those areas where we need it, Meralco's been there, responding to our needs and really helping us get energy to our restaurants as quickly as possible.
We value the fact that Meralco has taken a very proactive approach to customer service and given us the ability to provide reliable and sustainable services to our customers, effectively tying our relationship with Meralco to our relationship with our customers.
There is power in partnerships, hard-working partnerships. that drive business and industries and fuel the growth of a nation. Partner with us today.
Afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to the property managers, building managers, building engineers, and the rest of the PMOs from Philippines' top conglomerates and top developers. Welcome to Meralco Power Up Live webinar on understanding your Meralco bill. My name is Kenneth Behar, and I'm Meralco's relationship manager under the real estate industry team. Before anything else, on behalf of Meralco, we would like to thank you for your patience and understanding these past few months. The COVID-19 pandemic has greatly impacted us in ways most of us did not expect. We understand the difficulties you face, as even we at Meralco are facing challenges to our operations. We would like to sincerely apologize for any inconvenience we may have caused. And we hope that through this brief discussion, we'll be able to help you understand your and your tenants' Meralco bills better. And now, to formally start this webinar, let us hear from Daryl Francisco, head of the real estate industry of Meralco's corporate business group.
Good afternoon to all. Welcome to Meralco Power Up live webinar on understanding your Meralco bill. My name is Daryl Francisco. I serve as the lead for real estate team under private sector relationship management of corporate business group. Our team handles the big real estate conglomerates for which all of you belong. I know that PMO and property managers of the residential segment were engaged even during the ECQ period. I remember attending to the various emergency calls and troubles during the ECQ and during the Typhoon Ambo. I would like to believe that your group is the busiest among the segments. I hope you and your families continue to be safe, well, and amid the ongoing disruptions associated with this pandemic. COVID-19 has brought unprecedented human and humanitarian challenges. Many companies around the world have risen to the occasions, acting swiftly to safeguard employees, migrate to a new way of working that even the most extreme business continuity plans haven't envisioned. Meralco, and I'm sure your company, is one of those who implemented these measures. We understand that during this pandemic, many of our residential and business customers are facing financial challenges. Meralco remains committed to helping our customers who are experiencing hardships due to this pandemic. The extension of payments is a much needed relief to these customers, which will be discussed in the presentation. Also, we want to share with you the basic explanation concerning the ECQ bills, as well as the consumption behavior of our residential customers during the lockdown. On behalf of Meralco, we want to thank you for your support, patience, and understanding these past few months. As we all continue to face the difficulties brought by this pandemic. Mahirap po talaga na naging kalagayan ng naidulot ng COVID-19 sa ating lahat. We understand the difficulties you face, as even we in Meralco are facing challenges ourselves in operations, and we sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this has caused you. We want to help our customers understand and ask the questions so that we can address them accordingly. Our objective for today's webinar is to clear things up with you. Working with our customers during these times of uncertainty remains our top priority, especially in this new normal we are facing. We take this opportunity to this webinar para ma-share sa inyo our experiences and initiatives to address these issues. We hope we can all work together in addressing your concerns and those of your tenants and unit owners, which is our customers. Marami pong salamat at muli, magandang hapon.
Thank you very much, Daryl, for that very wonderful message. So right, bago po natin simulan ng ating webinar, allow me to mention a few of our house rules. Number one, huwag po tayong mahihiyang mag-type ng mga questions and comments throughout the webinar. Kung makikita niyo po dyan sa lower right portion of the screen, meron po dyan Ask a Question button. So we highly encourage you to identify yourselves so we can acknowledge you properly. Then, next, the Q&A portion is after the main presentation. So lahat po ng mga sinamit nyo ng mga questions and comments, we will try our best to answer all of these during this presentation. Then please avoid posting personal details such as your SIN, address, or mobile number. We also suggest that you have your latest Meralco bill on hand and ready para meron po kayong reference during the discussion. And please, check our chat window regularly for announcements. So this will be the outline of our presentation for today. So we basically have 5 topics we want to discuss. First, i-discuss po natin ang factors that may have affected the unusually high bills received by the customers. Next, we will give a brief review on how COVID-19 affected yung operations ni Meralco and show you yung mga business continuity initiatives that we did to counteract that. We will explain also the impact of ECQ to our operations and look into how customers were billed. Therefore, we will discuss the common concerns that we have received regarding billing and payment. And lastly, we will share with you Meralco's initiatives to improve the customer experience in this new normal. So as you're all well aware, marami pong mga katanungan ang natanggap ni Meralco during this ECQ with regards sa bills, with regards sa payment, and with regards sa power quality. So ito po ngayon ang ilan sa mga natanong sa amin. As you can see, susubukan po namin nasagutin itong lahat at linawin sa inyo ngayong hapon. So let's refresh our memories. What exactly happened to everyone during the ECQ period? So the government imposed ECQ in Metro Manila and other areas with the main objective of keeping everyone home to be safe and avoid further spread of the virus. For most of us, maraming nagbago sa lifestyle natin dahil sa ECQ. So offices were shut down or scaled back on operations, and with this, office works became work from home, and for others, yung work na yun is extended beyond the normal working hours. Sa mga may anak, online schooling and group works are what became the norm. And since sarado na ang mga malls, wala na yung mga usual lunch outs and dinners. And also, since bawal na nga lumabas, wala na din yung mga domestic and overseas travel. Our normal everyday routines shifted from the outside world and into our homes. And with these, appliances worked harder during ECQ, extended, more frequent, and higher usage. I believe everyone is aware naman na heat makes appliances work harder. If any of you can recall, grabe yung scare nun about sa food shortage. Everyone was scared na madamay sa lockdown yung mga groceries and supermarkets, kaya dinumog ng mga tao and ang haba ng mga pila sa groceries. There are even horror stories na 7 hours daw sila to and from the grocery, so grabe talaga. And aminin na natin na may ilan sa atin na in some way, nag-stock up ng food more than their usual na quantities. So ngayon, punong-puno yung mga refs natin and mas hirap siya na palamigin yung mga contents sa loob. So that's one reason or one example on how yung lifestyle change natin naka-apekto in how we consume power. And siguro, para we can look at it in a more scientific approach, we'll share with you yung study na ginawa namin sa aming power lab to show you how different factors affect your electricity consumption. So let's focus on a typical customer na ang average monthly consumption ay 565 kilowatt hours. Ang kaakibat na peso value for this is 6,200, and we'll try to give you 3 different scenarios for the same customer. So for scenario 1, ito po is yung effect ng difference ng temperatura noong colder February months versus sa mga mas mainit na March month. With no change whatsoever sa paggamit nila. So as stated po dyan sa slide, 6 hours a day po siya gumagamit ng kuryente. Makikita natin na umangat pa din yung konsumo niya by 19% nang dahil lamang sa mas mainit na panahon. Ang projected bill niya ay umangat from 6,200 naging 7,400 na. Yan po is yung scenario 1 natin, which is wala po ito nagbago. Hindi po siya nagdagdag ng oras sa paggamit ng aircon and hindi din niya inangat yung temperatura. Our next scenario, ito naman ng effect ng increase ng aircon usage from the usual na 6 hours na naging 12 hours. Makikita naman po natin ngayon na umangat na halos doble yung kanyang konsumo. So from 6,200, ngayon 12,000 na yung bill niya sa kuryente. And for our last scenario, ito naman ang effect kapag inangat niya yung usage from 6 hours to 12 hours and then binaba pa na yung thermostat ng 3 degrees. So we can see na from 6,200, nag-multiply by 4, which is ngayon nasa around 25,000 na yung bill niya. So malaki po talaga impact. With this, we really just want you to understand na malaki po talaga ang impact ng lifestyle with the way we consume electricity. And para po siguro mas grounded yung discussion, we'll share with you yung case study that we did. Case study that was did by our very own engineer Alfred Iporak about sa aircon usage sa bahay nila. Si Engineer Alfred Iporak po ang aming Power Lab Manager and siya yung madalas na taga-test and taga-explain na electricity consumption sa Instagram and YouTube post ni Meralco. So let's see yung common scenario sa bahay ng mga Iporak before ECQ. So before ECQ, that is February, ang aircon usage nila sa umaga is 0. Yun ay dahil sila ng asawa niya is nasa office and yung anak naman niya is nasa eskwelahan. Pagdating sa gabi, nakaboss na yung aircon nila from 9 to 6 a.m. which is 9 hours. So based sa Power Lab test na ginawa namin, it was determined na yung konsumo or yung peso equivalent po nun per hour is 3.74 pesos. Dahil mas malamig pa yung panahon nung February. So multiply that by 9 hours a day and 30 days. Ang konsumo niya for aircon for 1 month is nag-range ng nasa around 1,020 pesos. Then during naman ng ECQ, buong damag-damag na silang nasa bahay dahil bawal na pong lumabas. So lumalabas na dahil mas mainit ang panahon noong March, 6.50 pesos per hour na ang singil sa kanilang aircon usage. Sa umaga, naka-aircon sila from 11 a.m. hanggang 5 p.m. And sa gabi naman is 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. which is around 15 hours. And if you compute for that sa isang buwan, ang kanilang konsumo sa aircon is lumalabas na nasa around 3,000 pesos. So that's, kumbaga yung mere fact na nagbago sila ng lifestyle from before ECQ to ECQ, nag-multiply by 3 yung konsumo nila sa kuryente. And here, pinapakita na po namin yung sample computation kung paano na-simplify from daytime at nighttime cost noong March to arrive at yung 6.5 pesos per hour for the whole day. So in a way, lahat naman po talaga, even Meralco employees, experienced high billing. The real power lies on being able to understand and acknowledge kung ano yung reason behind sa mga increase ng ating kuryente. And before lang we forget, gusto ko lang pong i-emphasize na all that, yung mga actual usage and yung consumption, gets reflected on your bill kapag nare-readingan namin ang mga meto nyo. Meter reading is crucial for Meralco to determine your bill. And we also want to emphasize that it is our duty and responsibility to uphold yung integrity ng aming mga meters. So we move on to the next topic. So with that, we want to discuss naman yung Meralco's operations and business continuity initiatives. In spite of this pandemic, we are doing our best and adjusting to the times to make sure that we can always keep the lights on. As a distribution utility, we are committed to our core mission of providing reliable, adequate, and dependable power during these times. Allow me to discuss further kung paano ine-ensure ni Meralco ang continuous service delivery during ECQ. So, ang first problem na encounter namin is madami sa mga facilities namin na nag-overload dahil sa increase ng mga household consumption. Marami din ng mga kite-flying activities na naapektuhan ang mga linya ni Meralco. And ano po ang impact nun sa mga customer namin? So matatandaan na nagkaroon ng abnormal rise sa mga unscheduled power interruptions or brownouts, ika nga, and madaming incidents ng mga nagtitrip na mga linya. What did Meralco do to counteract this? Ang aming networks operations made a lot of infrastructure upgrades sa aming mga power lines. We also did our best to secure IATF, EID, IDs sa aming mga key personnels para magkaroon kami ng clearance to move across sa aming franchise area. Pag-ugnayan din kami sa mga LGUs to discourage kite flying dahil isa ito sa mga naging matinding sanhi ng mga line trippings. And also, we continue to educate our customers kung paano nila efficiently and safely manage ang kanilang power consumption to avoid overloads. Also, for the safety of our employees and customers, we suspended yung meter reading and bill delivery temporarily noong ECQ. So this resulted to concerns about the bills since customers either got estimated bills or wala silang natanggap at all. Again, and let me emphasize this, humingi po kami ng lubos na paumanhin for any inconvenience this may have cost you. What did Meralco do to rectify? They intended to bill customers based only on what they consumed. As lockdown restrictions relaxed, unti-unti po naming binalik ang mga meter reading and bill delivery activities. Meter reading resumed on April 11 for business customers, while for residential customers naman po, binalik namin siya ng April 27. With regards to bill delivery, it was resumed on May 2. And since bills are estimated for March and April, these adjustments were reflected either May or June bill. And we provided customers letters to guide them in understanding their bill and continue to educate them on our billing process. So yan po, kaya po tayo nandito ngayon sa ating webinar na ito, is for us to reach as many customers as we can to help them understand their bills. So hopefully by the end of this webinar, maturuan namin kayo kung ano po talaga yung nangyari and magkaroon ng clarity sa mga spikes po na mga napansin nyo. Also, Meralco has undertaken several steps to help ease customers' financial burden caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. So Meralco assures consumers that they will only pay for their actual consumption. Also, Meralco again invoked the force majeure provisions on its supply agreements with various power generation companies, which then helped in reducing generation charges. For the past 4 months, these savings from these claims, which are then passed on to our customers, total to about 1.9 billion pesos. Without these claims, the total power rate would have increased by 0.0717 pesos per kilowatt hour. Now we'd like to present an overview of the Meralco meter reading and billing, especially its impact during the ECQ. So Meralco proactively engaged customers during ECQ period to communicate different announcements on both digital and traditional channels. Ipapakita po namin ngayon yung timeline ng mga announcements ni Meralco, pati na rin ng aming regulator na si ERC, or Energy Regulatory Commission. So ayan po. As soon as the government declared yung ECQ noong March 16, Meralco also provided the 30-day payment extension. The very next day, ERC gave the same instruction to all distribution utilities to extend the grace period in payment. And by March 20 po, we announced the suspension of Meralco meter reading and bill deliveries for the reason of safety to our personnel and also, of course, our customers. We announced that the bills will be estimated based on the average of the past 3 months in accordance with ERC rules. By March 21, our business centers temporarily closed their doors. And by March 26, ERC gave another advisory on payment extension and the use of estimated billing. Pagdating po ng April 11, we were able to resume our meter reading for business customers, like na nabanggit ko po kanina. Then on April 15, ERC reiterated the utilization of estimated billings and directed DUs that cumulative billings during ECQ may be paid in 4 equal installment payments. April 27 naman po, meter reading for residential customers resumed, and also printing and delivery of March bills. So you can see that it's already May, and we're just sending out yung March bill po namin. Then on May 7, we opened our business centers slowly, depending on the readiness of the people as well as the area. And by May 8, we started the printing and delivery of April estimated and May actual bills. And lastly, by May 22, ERC has another advisory on installment to be in 4 or 6 equal payments beginning June 15. So you can see from this timeline na sunod-sunod po ang mga nangyari and ang dami pong mga advisories, directives, and adjustments that we had to do and follow. And maybe next siguro po, we will teach you about yung mga basic know-hows about sa bill nyo and about sa mga meter reading. So, kung meron po kayong hawak ng mga bill ngayon, tulad na nabanggit ko po kanina, it's best po sana na mahawakan nyo po siya para may reference po kayo while I'm explaining. So, how will you know if your bill is based on actual meter reading? Simple lang po. If you have your bill with you now, you can check yung back portion. So, upper left side nun is merong metering information na nakalagay. So, dun po, if you can see yung reading sa previous, if you can see digit sa previous reading and present reading, if may values po dun na naka-indicate, that means na actual po yung reading na nagawa sa billing cycle na hawak nyo ngayon. So, inulit ko lang po, kung medyo magulo yung nabanggit ko. So, check nyo po yung back portion ng bill, tapos itingnan nyo po sa metering information. So, pag meron pong value na naka-indicate sa present reading, pati po sa previous reading, that means na actual values po yung pinagbasihan ng bill na hawak nyo. So, what if naman pag chinek nyo nga yung hawak nyo na bill ngayon, tapos nakita nyo na walang naka-indicate ng mga values dun sa previous and present reading. So that means na estimated values yung bill na hawak nyo. So if you can see, dyan po sa example natin, may kita na 36 kilowatt-hour ang nakasulat na registered consumption. Pero since walang naka-indicate na present and previous reading, it means na hindi na-readingan yung metro. And yung 36 kilowatt-hour na yun is estimated and the basis po is consumption nung last 3 months. You can also, if you still want to see yung confirmation na estimated po yung bill, we also have yung sa additional bill information na section, nakasulat po doon na consumption is estimated for this period. So, mahirapan po kayo maligaw kung estimated ba talaga or hindi, kasi marami pong indicators. Next, we want to educate you on how to read yung sarili nyo metro. Kasi syempre, nasa may bahay nyo lang po naman yan. So you can just go outside or go to the meter center para ma-readingin po yung metro nyo, to be sure. So we have 2 types of meter. So the first one is digital meter. So digital meters record electricity usage in the same way that a car's odometer records mileage. So you just read the numbers from left to right, as you normally would. So dyan po sa example natin, kung nakikita nyo po ng maigi, ang nakalagay po is 03879. So for that instance, ang reading po ng metro nyo ay 3,879. So ang second type po ng metro namin is yung electromechanical meter. So yan po yung mas traditional namin ng mga metro, but it works the same way almost as yung digital meter din. And since parehas naman po, it gathers data on yung consumption that you had. So basically, you read it parang nagbabasa ng oras sa relo. So sa mga meters na electromechanical with 4 na dials, yung A and C moves counterclockwise while yung B and D moves clockwise. So tulad po ng nabanggit ko, babasahin niyo po siya the same way kung paano niyo binabasa yung oras sa relo. So for this example, ang kilowatt hour reading is 0488 or 488 kilowatt hours. Para naman po dun sa mga limaang dials, ganoon din po ang pagbabasa, pero si A, C, and E naman ay clockwise, while si B and D is counterclockwise. So sa example natin na yan, we can see na ang reading ay 46372 or 46,372 kilowatt hour for that instant. So ngayon po, given na marunong na po tayo magbasa ng metro, you can now check your own meter. As a general rule lang po, ang mababasa nyo po sa meter nyo ngayon should and will always be higher than yung nakasulat sa present reading sa bill. This is because, syempre, you are viewing the bill now, which is after the meter reading date. So there are two main customer experiences na nangyari nung ECQ. So, scenario 1 is yung customers with high consumption during ECQ. So sa residentials, sila yung mga naka-work from home and mas madalas gumamit ng mga appliances sa loob ng bahay nila. Sa mga businesses, sila yung mga business with continuous operations kahit na may ECQ. So ito po yung mga bills na in-estimate namin, and nakita po namin na by the time na nagkaroon ng actual reading nung May or June, is mababa or underestimate pala yung nagawa namin. Kumbaga, yung actual consumption nila is higher than kung ano yung estimation na ginawa namin. That's why underestimate po siya. Scenario 2, this is customers with low or no consumption during ECQ. So sa residentials, ito malamang yung mga common stories na naririnig nyo from your residential tenants na tipong nagsasabi na dahil nag-ECQ, umuwi sila ng province nila so walang tao sa loob ng condo nila. So sa mga businesses, ito naman is yung mga reduced, partial, or no operations at all. So ito naman yung mga bills na in-estimate namin. And by the time na nakuha yung actual reading, either nung May or June, is mataas pala or overestimate ang nagawa namin. So, kumbaga, nag-estimate kami, tapos nung nalaman yung actual reading, ay sobra pala. So, dapat mas maliit lang yung estimation na nagawa. Yan. In both cases, customers experience bill shock. So, specifically for residential customers naman po, they experience one of the two cases below, depending on when the bill was received. Yan. For case number 1, tandaan po natin to. Ito po yung i-explain ko in detail later on. So in case number 1 is yung May bill shock. So ito po yung mga may unusually high May bill and yung actual meter reading was done nung May. So yung, di ba, nagkaroon po ng lockdown, so hindi nakapag meter reading nung March and April. So lumalabas, after nung ECQ, ang first reading na nangyari is May. So yun po yung case 1. Pakitandaan po ah. Then for case 2, yun naman is June bill shock. So ito naman po is yung mga may unusually high June bill wherein yung first actual meter reading na ginawa namin after ECQ is yung June. Yan. So ulit ko lang po para malinaw po yung distinction. So yung case 1, yun yung may Bill shock and yung first reading na ginawa namin is May. For case 2 naman, June bill shock, so lumalabas, hindi pa rin kami nakapag-reading nung May for some reason. So, yung June po yung actual first billing namin or first actual reading namin. So, I will discuss these two in detail on the next slides. So, top questions on May bills. So, unahin po natin yung case 1. So, yan. If marirecall nyo po yung graph na ito yung in-explain ko kanina na nag-cite ako ng reasons kung bakit mas tumaas ang consumption noong March, April, and May. So to reiterate lang yung binanggit ko po kanina, ang reason po sa pagtaas ng kuryente or ng konsumo is because mas mainit ang summer months. And also dahil sa nasa bahay ang karamihan dahil sa ECQ. So mas malakas talaga ang magiging konsumo ng kuryente. Pero tulad nga po ng sinabi ko kanina, since hindi po kami nakapag-meter reading dahil sa lockdown or dahil sa ECQ, what we did was bill your March and April based on the average of the past 3 months. So si March po is ang basis for estimation niya is yung average December, January, and February. While si April naman po, ang basis ng average niya ay si January, February, and March. And so kung makita niyo po yung graph, In reality, umangat po yung pagkonsumo ng kuryente. Pero, ang nabilang namin, dahil binase lang namin siya sa estimate, dahil nga po hindi kami nakapag-reading, ay mas mababa lang sa actual na talagang dapat na konsumo nila. Yan. So, I guess para mas madali po nating maintindihan ang nangyari, we can cite this example, we can cite this sample bill as an example. Yan. So, syempre po, isang silip nyo pa lang sa graph, magugulat ka na ba't nag-spike yung may bill. So, how was this bill computed? Yan, sige po. So, allow me to give you parang a customer journey for this specific bill. So, let's start with yung February. So, makikita niyo po dyan sa baba ng graph na si actual reading ng February ay 1.6. So, kumbaga, yun po, nagpunta po yung meter reader namin, nakita po sa metro nyo, sa metro ni customer ni Juan de la Cruz, let's say, na ang reading po sa metro nyo ng February ay 1.6. So, that's established. So, yan po, 1.6 po. So, pagdating ng March, dahil sa ECQ, hindi po kami nakapag-meter reading sa bahay ni Juan de la Cruz. And since wala po kaming pagbabasihan ng metro, ang general rule po is i-estimate po namin siya based on the past 3 months. So, pag in-average nyo si December, January, and February, lumalabas na ang estimated value for March ay 189. Pagdating naman po ng April, sa kasamaang palad, ay hindi pa rin po kami nabigyan ng pagkakataon na ma-readingan yung metro ni Juan de la Cruz. So again, in-estimate po ulit siya, and lumalabas na based on average ni January, February, and March, yung April estimation po is 194. So yun po, so malinaw po yun. So next, pagdating ng May, sa kabutihang palad or thankfully, nabigyan na po kami ng chance na mareadingan yung metro ni Juan de la Cruz. So, ngayon, ang reading po na nakuha namin pagdating ng May is 2,350 or 2,350. So, matatala natin na if kinuha natin yung last two na meter reading kay Juan de la Cruz, that's 2,350 nung May, present reading, then 1,6 naman nung February. So, kumbaga kung kinuha niyo yung difference of those two, which is 750, yun yung tinatala na konsumo ni Juan de la Cruz nung ECQ period. So, we have that 750, di ba? Kumbaga that's for March, April, and May. So, sa 750 po na yun, yung 189 kilowatt-hour is siningil or nabill na namin kay Juan de la Cruz nung March dahil yun po yung estimate. So, ibabawas na po natin siya. Then, same goes for April. So, 194 po yung binil sa April na estimation. So, babawas na rin po natin sa. So, lumalabas for the ECQ period ng end-to-end na actual reading, ang hindi na lang po namin nasisingil kay Juan de la Cruz is yung 367 kilowatt-hour. So, makikita niyo po dyan sa graph, may part po ni May bill na may color blue or May man si March and si April din. Kasi, since hindi po kami nakapag-meter reading ng March and April, hindi natin mabibigay yung tamang delineation kung saan po talaga yung konsumo ni March and April. Per part of that, na-absorb ni May. So here's another example po. Another case naman, let's say si Juana de la Cruz. So same po yung nangyari kay Juana de la Cruz. So kay Juana, so nireading po siya ng February, so 1.6. Then inestimate po ulit yung March and April for 189 and 194. So pagdating na po ng May, nung nabigyan na po ng pagkakataon si Meralco na mareadingan yung metro ni Juana, ang nakita po namin na meter reading sa metro niya ay 2,043. So apply po natin yung same principle na ginawa natin kay Juan de la Cruz. So pag sinubtract natin yung dalawang last actual reading, so lumalabas na ang total na konsumo ni Juana ng ECQ ay 443 kilowatt-hour. So, ulitin lang po natin. So, since nabill na natin yung 189 and 194 sa March and April, ang natitira na lang po na hindi pa natin nabibill is 60 kilowatt-hour. So, kaya po mas maliit, makikita nyo, yung graph or yung konsumo ng bill na sinisingil namin for May. So, in this portion naman, i-discuss ko lang po, kumbaga kasi kanina ang binigay ko po example is about sa mga kilowatt hour. So, para lang din po ito naman yung parang peso values niya. So I already paid for my estimated March and April bill. So where does that payment go? So yun nga po, ulitin natin. Since March and April bills were estimated, yung actual consumption may have been greater or less than what was initially billed for those months. So either overestimation or underestimation. So for the first case, if your consumption was greater than what was your estimated or underestimated siya, only the unbilled amounts from your March and April consumptions were included in your May bill. So balik ko lang po yung slide. So sinasabi po dito na since nabayaran nyo na yung 189 and 194 for March and April, yung portion na lang po na nandun kay May, yung kailangan yung bayaran na. And if your consumption was less naman, or the overestimate namin, than what was estimated, you may get a refund for the excess payment at the nearest business center. Otherwise, it will be credited to your future bills. So you have nothing to worry po, kasi rest assured, we will only bill you based on your actual consumption. So where can I see the breakdown of payments for the estimated bills? So don't worry, kasi please expect na a letter will be given to you this month which specifies yung following details. So for the first box, kung makikita nyo po dyan, dyan po naka-detail yung kilowatt-hour consumption billed for every month. So basically, that's the same computation na pinasend ko po kanina. Then for the next highlight, so ipapakita din po namin sa letter na yun yung bill amount for each month and kung magkano po yung naibayad nyo. So parang nakasummarize po yung naging March, April, and May bills. Then lastly, nakalagay din po doon yung any outstanding balance na patitira nyo pa kung kailangan bayaran. Para lang din po ma-remind po kayo. So for siguro another, we can say na this is in case 3, na what if yung I was not home or my shop was closed. So supposedly, kumbaga, since inestimate namin yung March or April bill nyo based sa December, January, and February, which is let's say nasa condo kayo at that time, then pagdating ng March or April, bumalik tayo ng province, so zero dapat yung konsumo nyo sa condo nun. Ano pong mangyayari doon? So there's no need to pay for the estimated bill. If you previously paid for an estimated bill, the amount will be credited to your succeeding bill, so you have nothing to worry about. So tapos na po tayong i-discuss yung kay May bill shock. So babalik naman po tayo, moving on, i-explain ko naman po is yung about kay June bill shock naman. So ayan, pakita ko lang po ulit yung graph. So lumalabas na yung estimated na binigay po namin for March, April, and May ay lower than kung ano po yung actual na konsumo. So siguro ang ginawa namin for June bill is much simpler than what happened sa May bill. So if i-recall ko lang po, for May bill shock, yung case 1 natin, yun po is yung actual reading namin was done ng May. So for June bill shock naman, yung actual reading was done ng June. So ito po. Ayan. So please set aside yung mga natanggap nyo ng March, April, and May dahil ika-cancel na po namin yan. So to avoid confusion with those estimated bills, they will be canceled na po, or they were canceled na, and they will not appear sa consumption chart. So kung makikita nyo po dyan, ang months po ngayon sa consumption chart natin ay December, January, February. Then it went straight to June. So bakit po? Kasi your June bill will be equal to yung consumption nyo for the past 4 months or yung mga estimated months. So pag estimated po yung March, April, and May nyo, so meron kayong lumalabas na lump billing for those 4 kasama si June, na kay June po siya nakakarga. And don't worry, kasi kung nagbayad na kayo ng March at April bill nyo, before nyo natanggap yung June billing na yan, yung payment nyo for that is makikredit naman natin sa June billing. So wala pong labis or kulang dun sa ikakaltas namin sa June bill, dun sa binayad nyo prior. And so how do I know my total consumption from my last meter reading in June? So yun nga po. So paano natin malalaman kung tama ba yung reading? So tinuro ko po yun kanina. So you just have to check the back portion of the bill dun sa metering information. So makikita nyo po dyan yung present reading, which is sa June. Then yung previous reading, either sa February or sa March, kung saan po yung huling actual na meter reading. And the difference of this is your total consumption. So yan po yung lumalabas na total consumption nyo for the quote-unquote ECQ period. So ayan, tulad po ng nabanggit ko kanina, what if nabayaran nyo na yung yung April or May bills and kinancel namin siya eventually? So you don't have to worry kasi ulitin ko po yung binanggit ko kanina na yung payment nyo for that, even if na-cancel, i-carry over lang po namin siya dun sa June bill na yun para siya na po yung sasalod ng payment na yun. So yung June bill nyo ngayon is less na po siya na actual na payments na ginawa nyo prior. Then also, para lang din malinaw sa inyo, we provided a detailed explainers dun sa third page of the bill. So, moving forward, with regards naman sa installment payment options, so meron po tayong two types of kumbaga installment payment. So, customers with May actual reading, ito po yung case 1, and customers with June actual reading, which is the case 2. So, for case 1, bills originally due from March 1 to May 31 are included in the installment plan, due every 15th of the month. So installment plan started last June 15, and June bill will be due no earlier than June 30. And for the June actual reading naman po, 1/4 of the June bill is due no earlier than June 30. Then 3/4 of the bill will be included in the installment plan, due every 15th of the month. And installment plan started on July 15. So, take note lang po. Sige, try nyo po muna absorb. So, ayan. So, yung duration ng installment plan, yung nabanggit po kanina ni ERC, nabanggit ko po ng sinabi ni ERC, ang sabi po nila noon is, ang installment plan should either be in 4 or 6 equal payments. So, paano po natin malalaman kung 4 or 6 siya? So, yung duration po nun is based sa February 2020 consumption. So, kung yung konsumo nyo ng 2020 February ay below 200 kilowatts, you're eligible for an installment payment for 6 months. And kapag more than 200 naman po, yung installment payment na ma-avail nyo is 4 months naman po. So, ang tanong, bakit po February? Bakit February ang naging basehan kung magiging 6 or 4 months ka? Kasi po, February lumalabas yung huling actual reading na nagawa namin prior sa mag-ECQ. Kumbaga doon po kami merong actual reading. Then also, ito din kasi yung buwan bago naging, bago tayo nag-enter ng new normal. So basically, yung February po yung magandang basihan sa basically quote-unquote life before ECQ. So doon po namin siya ibinase sa February nung normal pa talaga yung galaw ng buhay. Ang tanong naman, so bakit magkaiba pa? Bakit si 200 and below, 6 months, while si 200 and above naman ay 4 months? So as indicated by ERC, nirelease nila noong May 22, customers with lower consumption should have longer payment periods. Bakit po? Dahil this group makes up about 75% of Meralco's customer base. So we wanted to reach as many customers as possible and help them in their financial situation. And so, ngayon, how do I know the amount na due for each installment? So, naglabas po kami ng, basically, dalawa po yung billing ngayon lumalabas sa amin. So, yung electric bill, yung nasa left side, yan po yung normal na monthly bills nyo. So, I mean, I think we're all familiar with this naman. Yan po yung actual na billing period na na-receive nyo monthly from us. Then, yung sa right side naman po, yun yung installment plan bill. So, dun nyo po makikita kung ano yung actual na amount na kailangan yung bayaran sa installment plan. So, hindi po siya naka-insert sa electric bill, hiwalay po sila para hindi po malito. So, yun, you have to refer po dun sa installment plan bill para makita nyo po yung lahat ng details na kailangan nyo with regards sa paying for installment plan. So, how do you pay for your installment bill? So, installment bills may be settled through your preferred payment channel using yung ATM reference number or yung Meralco reference number indicated dun sa bill. So, kaya po mahalaga yung letter kasi doon po nakalagay yung reference numbers. So, reference numbers are valid for 13 days after the specified date dun sa ATM reference number and Meralco reference number. So, saan po natin malalaman yung date po na yun? So, as you can see, hinighlight po namin siya sa presentation ngayon. So, yung ATM na naka-indicate po ay 6/17. So that's June 17 po na-generate basically yung reference number and it's valid for 13 days. So pagdating po ng June 30, expire na po siya. What if naman, for some reason, nabayaran nyo na po siya kagad, yung estimated bills na yun, pero gusto nyo pa rin sanang i-avail yung installment plan. So, pwede pa ba namin i-revert yun para ma-installment siya ulit? So, if you wish to pay in installment instead, you may opt to have your payment for the estimated bills refunded at the nearest business center upon presentation of yung proof of payment and yung proper identification. So, the refund amount will be treated as unpaid balance and yun po yung ititreat namin sa installment plan. What if naman you have auto payment arrangement with your bank? So, lumalabas po yung lahat po ng unapplied na this will be applied to all unpaid March and May bills by default. So, installment bills so yung mga installment bills po na yun, hindi po siya mag-automatic sa auto payment arrangement nyo. So, kailangan nyo po siyang i-process or i-bayaran, i-settle separately online or over the counter. Pero syempre, yung regular bills nyo will continue to be automatically charged by your bank. So, normal lang po siya, status quo, kumbaga. And if you prefer to opt out of the installment plan, then please get in touch with us para po matulungan namin kayo. Then next, payment options. Ngayon naman, since na-receive nyo na yung mga bills or your tenants receive their bills, how would they pay? What are their payment options? So we have here 4 payment options that you or your tenants can avail. So first one is yung paying online. So we have yung na-usual natin ng mga online channels like PayMaya, Smart Padala, Coins, GCash, Cebuana, LBC. So you can pay your Meralco through there. Then second, you can pay with your via your preferred banks online or over the counter. So yun naman po, karamihan sa mga bangko na ngayon ay merong online app na which is pwede kayo magbayad ng Meralco bill through there. Then third, syempre, ang pinaka-recommended pa rin para sa akin na mabayaran yung kuryente is sa bayad center or sa business center. Kasi po, para kung meron kayo mga concerns na gusto ma-raise, pwede nyo pa mabanggit doon. Then lastly, for your health and safety, syempre, we would like to inform you na pwede rin kayo magbayad ng full payment or mag-transact with us online through our Meralco Online. So, previously, meron po kaming convenience fee na charge sa Meralco Online namin, pero since March 16 and onwards, yung mga siningil po namin na convenience fee for that will be refunded. So, Meralco will continue to shoulder yung convenience fee po na yun until the end of GCQ period. So, actually, ideal po na gawin na bayaran natin through this one kasi at least wala po siyang convenience fee. So, matipid and mas klaro. So, siguro a quick reminder lang po in paying your Meralco bill sa mga payment partners. So, overdue bills are not accepted. Then next, make sure you have a copy of your regular bill when paying for your regular bill and installment bill naman when paying for yung installment bill. So, kasi po, nandun po sa regular bill and sa installment bill, yung reference numbers na kailangan ng mga payment partners namin na yun. So, kailangan padala nyo yung bill nyo para yun po yung may reference nila. In what billing period or what amount are you trying to pay? You are trying to pay. Yan. So, yun nga po, nabanggit. And next, does Meralco provide refunds? So, yes. We have set up a special refund lane in our business centers for those who wish to avail of the installment plan but have already paid for the bills in full. So yun po yung kanina, yung what if nakapagbayad ka na ng bill mo, then late mo nalaman na, ay may installment pala si Meralco, pwede ko bang i-installment yung binayaran ko before? So yes po, pwede kayo magpunta ng business center namin para ma-arrange po namin na ma-installment po yung binayaran nyo previously. Then next case for refund is yung binanggit ko din po kanina, na kapag kumonsumo ka ng less than yung kung ano yung na-estimate sa'yo. So yun po yung case na binanggit ko kanina na umalis po yung tenant sa condo niya and wala siya sa condo niya ngayon pero na-estimate siya ng mataas. So hindi niya kailangan bayaran yun or kung binayaran man yun, pwede niya ma-refund. So syempre, to get a refund for the 2 cases above, kailangan lang po magpunta ng business center and present yung proof of payment and proper identification. And so last siguro before we end this portion, so what can you expect from your Meralco bill? So yan, i-clarify ko lang po ulit na hiwalay po yung billing statement kumbaga, for yung normal na monthly bills nyo, so your regular monthly bill, and separate din po yung sa installment bill. So, para lang hindi magkalituan. Kasi may mga nagtatanong po na parang, ba't hindi naka-indicate sa electric bill ko, yung regular service bill ko, yung installment. So, pakihintay lang po yung installment plan. So, doon po naka-indicate yung kailangan yung bayaran and installment arrangements. So, for the last or fifth portion of our webinar today, gusto ko lang po i-discuss yung switching on the new normal. So, ito po yung mga ginawa ni Meralco sa to adjust to the changing times. Kumbaga, iba na kasi po ngayon may new normal na tayo na sinusunod. So, yan, para hindi po makadagdag sa mga worries ng customers po namin, Meralco promises to make no disconnections sa mga power until September 30. So, hindi po kami magpuputol hanggang until September 30. So, yan po yung assurance po namin. Pero syempre, we still advise you na bayaran pa rin monthly, religiously, yung mga bills nyo para po hindi mag-pile up and hindi rin kayo mahirapan when the due date comes. And also, alam naman po namin na marami po talagang kumukontak sa Meralco ngayon to clarify yung mga concerns nila. Marami po mga nagtatanong, maraming mga kumbaga humihingi ng clarification kung ba't po umangat yung bill nila. So, sa dami po ng mga inquiries na yun, so we decided, or the management decided, na magdagdag po ng manpower to accommodate all those inquiries. So, it's important. We just want to emphasize na we're really sorry kung kumbaga sa dami na rin po talaga ng mga tao or ng mga inquiries na nare-receive namin daily, both sa branch, online, or sa call center po namin, na nahihirapan po kami i-accommodate. Pero, yan, to counteract po doon, kumbaga para magawa namin ng paraan na ma-address namin lahat ng concerns, so we requested for complement of manpower. So, expected namin na by July 31, meron po kaming additional na 568 na call agents. Then, additional na 1,119 na digital agents. So, yun po yung mga sumasagot sa social media, sa SMS, sa emails. Then, we also have 886 volunteers po na Meralco employees to help with yung pag-address ng concerns. So, thank you again. So, this ends my presentation. So, thank you again for giving us this opportunity to share this important information that will be a great help and assist to these residential patrons. So we will do more of this engagement to better serve you and be able to improve the way we do things for you, especially during these unique times. We will do our best. We will do this to the best of our capability to support you in any means we can, and we thank you for your patience in understanding your bill. So I guess this is the right time to open the floor for discussions, or if you have any questions that was posted during the whole presentation. So before we begin with the Q&A, so at this point, we'll now proceed with the Q&A. So we'd like to acknowledge po yung presence na ating tatlong panelists. So first off, joining us in this Q&A portion is Sir Winston De Los Reyes. He is our seasoned Meralco engineer and head of our Malate Pasay Business Center. So maganda po yung experience na may share niya later on sa atin kasi pwede niya makwento yung mga real time na nangyayari sa branch po natin. And also, we also have Mr. Mark C. and Christine Lopez, two of my colleagues who will help us in answering your questions. So we encourage you to identify yourselves so we can acknowledge you properly. For follow-up questions, please respond in the trail so our agents can track your concern better. So I think for the first question, simulan natin with our first question. I might have missed it. So Anonymous asked, I might have missed it. What can I tell my tenants if their bill is already based on actual meter reading? So ulitin lang po natin. So what can I tell my tenants if their bill is already based on actual reading? So I think Mark, hello Mark C, can you help us with this question?
Hello Kenneth. Thank you for the question. Basically, if you could check the back portion of your bill, makita mo doon na may previous and present reading. So basically, that's the actual meter reading. And then if meron ng ganong values, that's the actual bill. So kung ang question mo naman is anong gagawin niya doon sa bill, if it's the ECQ bills na tinatawag natin na March, April, and May, you can pay that through installment plan. For the June and further billings, June, July, you should pay for the current charges for that. Hindi po kasi siya kasali sa ECQ bills na tinatawag po natin. Thank you.
And that's correct. Thank you, Mark. So I hope that answers your question. So for our next question, again, before lang po tayo mag-proceed, gusto ko lang pong i-emphasize na it will be better if you can indicate your your name and your company para po mas ma-address namin kayo properly. Sige. So for the next question, so tama po ba? No need to pay for estimated bills. So I can inform my tenants if they ask. So Sir Winston, can you help elaborate this question? Masagot po natin.
Thank you, Kenneth, and good afternoon to all our attendees. Doon po sa ating question, meron na pong actual reading. I think what you can tell to your tenants or your homeowners is the good news that they can pay the actual consumption in 4 months or 6 months. So no need to pay po doon sa ating mga estimated. I hope I answer your question. Thank you.
Okay po, Sir Winston, thank you for that answer. So next question is, should I be concerned sa power outage or sa reliability? So, ulitin ko lang, should I be concerned sa mga power outages and reliability? I think Ms. Tin Lopez can answer this question for us. Hello, Tin, are you there?
Yes, hello, good afternoon, Kenneth. Thank you for the question. So with regard po dun sa mga power outages and power reliability, actually this ECQ, we were been challenged po by the reports kasi talagang tumaas po yung ating demand sa power requirement. But of course, ngayon po na nag-relax na yung ating quarantine mode, all our linemen have been deployed po 24/7, and of course our networks partners have been continuously upgrading our facilities po, and panay po ang ating schedule ng mga maintenance activities. And of course, pag may mga problems po kayo with regard to power, andito po ang ating mga RMs. We are 24/7 po din, open ang aming mga lines. So salamat po sa inyong katanungan at magandang hapon.
Okay, thank you, Tin. Tingko, nasagot naman yung tanong ng maayos. So for our next question, may I recommend the use of power-saving devices to my tenants? So gusto nilang makatipid ng kuryente and they're asking Meralco if using these power-saving devices can help, kumbaga, bring down their electric bill. So hello, Mark, can you answer this question for us?
Hello, Kenneth. Good afternoon again. No? To answer the question with regards sa use ng power-saving device, actually, our engineer Alfred Iporak, yung nabanggit po kanina sa presentation, he made a study regarding this particular device, and then it came out na hindi naman siya nakakatulong to lower down your consumption. Bukod pa, meron siyang konting consumption na could add up to your consumption. So I suggest lang na if your ang gusto nyong mangyari is bumaba yung consumption nyo, basically ang kailangan lang natin is to manage our consumption para hindi mag-spike up yung ating ginagamit, lalong-lalo ngayon naka-work from home tayo. So pwede natin sigurong i-limit or mag-adjust tayo kung kailan natin ba kailangan mag-aircon, kung mainit ba talaga or malamig. Hopefully I answered your question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mark. Thank you for that answer. So for our next question, so anonymous pa din po, how about yung credit rating? So how does it affect, or how does it affect if availing yung installment plan? So ulitin ko lang. So how about the credit rating upon availing of the installment plan? So kumbaga, the question is, will it be affected sa installment plan? So Sir Winston, can you help us with this question po?
Thank you, Kenneth, for that question. Actually, for the IP or the installment plan for our bills, lahat po ay binibigyan po ng privilege of this instruction by the ERC na magkaroon po ng 4 or kaya ay 6 months. Of course, as what Kenneth had discussed earlier, pagka ang February billing po natin ay 200 kilowatt hours below, so 6 months po yon. Pagka 200 and up, so 4 months po yon. So lahat po tayo ay pwede pong mag-avail o lahat po tayo ay pinag-a-avail nitong IP plan po ng Meralco. I hope I answer your question. Thank you very much.
Thank you po, Sir Winston, for that answer. So, meron po tayong mga questions dyan. And so next question is, if I go to a business center and madami pong tao, hindi po ba maaaring ma-expose din ako sa COVID? So, yung si Anonymous po is concerned po with regards sa health and safety ng business center po natin. So, Tin, can you answer this question for us?
Okay, so thank you, Kenneth. Actually, pwede naman po talaga tayo magpunta sa business center kung gusto po natin doon mag-transact directly. We can confidently say na all our employees are tested on-site for COVID-19. So those who are tested negative po, sila po yung deployed sa site. And sa lahat ng mga business centers po, nakapag-deploy na rin din po kami ng mga acrylic guards. Nagkaroon din po kami ng cleaning and installation po ng mga alcohol dispensers. Meron din po kami mga floor mats. So very safe din naman po na magpunta doon. Just wear your PPE din po kasi ganun din po yung requirement ng ating mga guards. Hindi rin din po kayo basta-basta papapasukin kung hindi normal ang ating temperature. At the same time, ang ating mask ay required po talaga bago pumasok. But of course, we encourage po yung ating online transactions. So we are strengthening our online platforms po like the Meralco Online and the Meralco app. So better po for the safety of all, mas maganda na mag-transact na lang din po tayo online. So hope this helps. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Tin. So do we have other questions po? Keep them coming lang po. We'll try to answer as much as we can. So, tanong lang po kayo ng tanong pag mayroon po kayong mga hindi naiintindihan. Ayan. So, next question is, ano po yung ibang paraan para malaman ng business center na wala sa proper? So ito po yung tanong. So, ano pa po yung ibang paraan para malaman ng business center na wala sa property si resident? So, like they're out of town or afraid to go outside, and what are the things to be provided as proof that they are not in the property? And so, kumbaga, ang tanong po ata dito is, paano mapoprove paano malalaman ni business center na talagang vacated po yung unit? So, ulitin ko lang po para malinaw. So, ano po yung ibang paraan para malaman ng business center na wala sa property yung resident? Like, they're out of town, ganun. So, afraid to go outside. And what are the things to be provided as proof that they are not in the property? Thank you. So, I think, Mark, can you answer this for us, please?
Hello again. Hello again. Yes, oo. Yung regarding dyan sa question ni Anonymous, no, palagay ko naman hindi nyo siya kailangan patunayan sa Meralco no, na wala talagang tenant doon. Kasi basically yung meter naman namin just reads what's the consumption. So kung wala kaming mabasa doon, it proves lang naman na wala kayo doon sa location. So kung wala siyang consumption, wala rin naman po kaming ibibill sa inyo. Kasi nga, we provide service with integrity na ang ibibill lang namin sa inyo is your actual consumption. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that answer, Mark. So, ito, si Miss Jomil Reyes ng GPMC ng C Residences. So, she asks, what will happen if you fail to pay one of the installments? Will your SVC be disconnected? Will your service be disconnected by September? Can we send reminder letters? So, ayan, that's a very good question actually. So, ano daw po ang mangyayari kapag may nakaligtaan po na bayaran na installment payment? So, I think Sir Winston can answer this question for us.
Jamil, good afternoon. whenever we fail to pay the installment, upon receiving the next bill, yung ating regular bill, it will be reflected doon din sa ating bill as a previous unpaid. So mareremind din tayo na hindi natin nabayaran whatever installment na hindi po natin naisama yung prior month po na binayaran natin. So you'll always be reminded po. I hope I answered your question. Good afternoon, Jumil. Thank you.
And for our next question po, thank you nga pala Sir Winston for that answer. So I think that was clear naman. So for our next question, is there a way to pay bills via fund transfer and just send email proof of the payment kay Meralco? So this is for corporate accounts. They want to know if pwede ba yung mangyayari na if fund transfer kay Meralco yung payment, then email na lang yung proof of payment. So Tin, can you answer this question for us?
Yes, Kenneth, thank you. Tama po, we can offer po yung online payment through fund transfer. Just email the proof of payment to Meralco. So this is applicable for corporate accounts. So I suggest po na you get in touch with your respective RM so they can provide you the different account numbers of Meralco where you can transfer your payment. And then you may also send your proof of payment to your respective RM. So we will be the one to endorse na lang po for checking kung nag-post na po yung payment. Kami po bahalang makipag-usap sa aming payments team and we will provide you updates. So sana po nasagot namin ang inyong katanungan. Salamat.
So tama din, I think ito yung mga nangyari for some accounts nung ECQ na sarado pa yung ating business centers. So,
Agree.
Yeah. So for our next question, so I may have missed it. So, but how can we verify if the billing issued to us is billing based on actual readings or billing based on Meralco's projections only? So, I think ang question is, paano malalaman if yung bill ay estimated or based on actual? So, Mark, can you answer this question for us, please?
Hi, thank you, Kenneth, again for the question. No? Madali lang yan, very easy. As discussed kanina ni Kenneth do sa kanyang presentation, you just need to flip your bill on the second page and then check the metering information portion on the upper left of the bill. And then kung may nakita kayong value for the previous and present reading, definitely that's an actual meter reading na binil po sa inyo. So kung pag nakita nyo naman na vacant siya, walang laman, walang values, meaning to say that's an indication na it's an estimated bill. And then makikita nyo rin siya sa lower right portion ng bill on the second page. Meron po din na naka-indicate na this is an estimated billing. Thank you. I hope I answered the question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mark, for that answer. So ito po, magandang question po coming from Anonymous. So what would be the best response if our tenants still do not accept that the reading is actual? So kumbaga ito yung mga tenant natin na or customers natin na even if naka-indicate naman sa bill, like dinescribe ni Mark, na actual reading na po siya or actual billing na po siya, is hindi pa rin daw sila naniniwala na yun yung tamang reading. So, ano po ang magandang sabihin natin or sabihin ng mga PMs natin sa tenants nila? So, Sir Winston, can you help us with this question po?
Good afternoon again. Thank you, Kenneth, for that question. No? Actually, marami tayong way na pwedeng gawin on how we can respond to our tenant. First, of course, Kenneth already teach us on how to read the meter. So, pwede natin dalhin doon sa metering center natin for you and the PM to read the meter. That's one. If the reading progresses compared to the present reading, well, that will indicate na tama pong reading. Second, pwede po siyang pumunta sa business center like Malate. Kung nearby po lang po kayo rito, I can assure you that there will be a customer representative that will entertain you and give you some light on this question of yours. And third, kung ayaw rin po naman natin pumunta ng business center, you can go to our digital platform where you can ask your question and our our customer representatives, digital customer representative, will be answering what your questions are. So yun lang po yung aming pwedeng ibigay sa inyo. Meron pa isa po pala. One more thing, talagang hindi po natin ma-convince, then we can send somebody, our field representative from business center po, to check yung ating pong meter, and maybe siguro po we can do a load check. So all of those 4 options can be done. But of course, we suggest talagang ang meter po natin, siya lang po ang bantay natin, you as our customer and us as your utility. Ito pa lang ang nagbibigay sa atin ng tamang konsumo kung ano po ang ating kung ano pong nag-register sa ating meter. Yan lang po ang ating konsumo na dapat bayaran. I hope I answer po yung question po ninyo, and maraming salamat po.
Okay, thank you very much po, Sir Winston. Tingin ko, napakalino naman po ng sagot na nabigay nyo. Pero to add lang din po, gusto ko lang din pong banggitin, kasi yung metering po namin acts as parang CCTV po ni Meralco sa konsumo na ginagamit nyo. So supposedly, it records kung ano po talaga yung mga naging consumption. So lalo po pag actual yung reading. So maganda po talaga siyang basis for it. So maybe another way to look at it kapag merong mga doubts si customer about sa reading niya, or kung natataasan siya, basically ganoon naman po yung dahilan nun. Maybe they can check din talaga how did they consume yung kuryente nila during the ECQ. Kumbaga, nung pre-ECQ ba is lagi silang nasa bahay or lagi nasa office? And pagdating ba ng ECQ, are they work from home or talagang walang labasan ng bahay? So that's an indication na, oo nga naman. So may point din talaga na umangat yung kuryente ko kasi nag-iba yung lifestyle eh. So yun po, yun yung mga discuss ko kanina na maganda rin po siyang sabihin na parang kung totally the same po, may gets po pa eh. Pero kumbaga kung nagkaroon talaga ng changes sa lifestyle, then that's something that would affect then syempre sa konsumo ng kuryente. So yun po, thank you. So for our next question, when will the tenants receive yung adjusted na billing for those with estimated readings? So again, when will the tenants receive yung adjusted billing for those with estimated readings? So Tin, can you answer this question for us, please?
Sure, Kenneth. After the ECQ has been lifted, our normal reading already resumed. So supposedly, may mga customers na dapat nakatanggap na ng kanilang billings nitong May. And kung hindi naman din sila nakasama dun sa first batch ng May, nag-continue yung ating normal meter reading nitong June. So dapat po meron na silang mga na-receive na bills, both estimated and those bills na may actual reading. But with the new directions po ng ERC, Meralco will be sending another explanation letter po wherein nandun naka-indicate on how we came up with the computation of estimated as well as the actual reading. So, pa-check na lang din po, ongoing po ang ating pagproseso nito mga explanation letters. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Tin, for that answer. So for our next question, most of our units still use the analog meter. So yung kaninang pinakita ko po na electromechanical meter. So is there a plan to replace them with the digital meter? Since ito yung mas updated daw. So they want to know if mapapalitan daw ba ni Meralco yung electromechanical meter nila into yung mas updated na electronic one. So Mark, can you answer this question for us?
Hi, Jem. Hi, Jem from RLC. Can you hear me? Okay. Basically, analog and digital meters are the same. They are all calibrated before we could install it inside. So palagay ko kung ang agamaga mo is baka hindi siya maayos mag-reading or etc. It's the same kasi ERC seals it and then bago namin siya pwedeng ikabit. Hindi namin siya basta-basta pwedeng ikabit nang hindi siya nakakalibrate. Ngayon, ang question mo if meron ba kaming plan to do replacement ng analog meters? Yes, mayroon mga ongoing, pailan-ilan. We change the analog meters with the digital meters and then from ngayon tayo nag-uusap tayo, we don't install analog meters na rin. So we use digital meters. So para medyo advanced yung technology natin. Thank you. I think Sir Wins will add some more info regarding that.
Thank you, Mark. I just want to add, no, kasi yung concern ni Ma'am Jem of RLC. Yes, ma'am, tama nga po, no, na we have plans to replace yung ating mga analog, but we rely on the approval po ng ating regulator, the ERC. Kasi, of course, if we will replace meters, that will affect po yung mga rates natin. So, dumadaan po tayo sa approval ng ating regulator. Sana nga po kung lahat tayo naka-digital meter na and then they can give yung ating mga reading, wala sana tayong mga estimated. But just the same, to answer you, yes, we have plans to replace all the meters. Thank you.
Okay, thank you po. Thank you for that answer, Mark and Sir Winston. So for our next question, paano po pag nagbayad na yung tenant ko for April and May? So where does the payment go? And saan nila makikita yung payment? So again, paano po pag nagbayad na yung tenant ko for April and May? And where does the payment go? Saan nila makikita yung payment that they did, that they made? So Tin, can you answer this question, please?
All right, thanks, Kenneth. Yes, mag-reflect po yung inyong payment for April and May doon sa explanation letter po na ipapadala namin. So nandun po yung tamang computation and even yung explanation po kung paano nakuha din yung estimated kilowatt hour consumption. Just in case bayad na po yung ating April and May, makikita din po natin doon na nabawas na din po siya kung ano man po yung magiging amount doon sa June bill na magre-reflect din po na ipapadala na rin po namin sa inyo. So makikita po natin doon may paid and unpaid bills and andun na rin din po yung explanation sa bagong letter na ipapadala po namin. Thank you, Kenneth.
Okay, thank you very much, Tin. So for our next question, it comes from Fabi Arcilia ng Milano Residences Condo Corp. So that's one of my accounts. So how soon can you send your field rep if our tenant agrees or allows us to explain to them the meter reading care of your field representative? Okay. So, ang gusto po nila ata mangyari is yung field rep yung pupunta ng site para sila yung mag-explain ng meter reading. Shall we make an appointment first with you? If yes, what if the tenant is not available on your provided schedule? And so, ulitin ko lang po . So, how soon can you send your field representative if our tenant agrees or allows us to explain to them the meter reading care of your field representative? Shall we make an appointment first with you? If yes, what if the tenant is not available on your provided schedule? So meron din po siyang question na nailagay supposedly dun sa pangalan. So if there is refund, how long will it take? So siguro unahin muna natin yung first question na. So Sir Winston, can you answer this question for us po?
Thank you, Sir Fabi, for your question. Yes, mas maganda po na magkaroon tayo ng appointment para hindi naman masayang yung time ng ating customer na pag pimunta kami, baka wala. So we can set an appointment for our field reps to go to the place at ma-check po natin yung kanyang meter. I hope I answer your question. Thank you, Kenneth.
Okay po, Sir Winston, thank you for that question. So siguro yung second question ni Mr. Fabi, baka pwedeng masagot ni Mark for us. I think si Sir Winston po ulit yung makasagot nito since nabanggit ko po kanina na business center ang magpo-provide po ng refund. So if there is refund, how long will it take? So Sir Winston, can you please elaborate on this one?
With regards po sa refund, if ever meron nga po, we have special lane po sa business center. Basta sabi nga po kanina, as explained by Kenneth, you have to bring the official receipt at saka po ID. Mare-refund nyo po kagad in cash. Pero kung ito po ay under ng isang corporation, ito po ay to be refunded in check. I hope I answer all your question, Sir Fabi. Thank you.
Okay po, thank you Sir Winston. I think nasagot naman natin yung tanong. Both of yung dalawang question po ni Mr. Fabi. So for our next question, anonymous po ulit, why is the installment plan based on February 2020 consumption? So Mark, can you answer this question for us?
Yes, Kenneth. Thank you for the question. No, basically, based from the presentation provided by Kenneth a while ago, ginamit natin yung Feb 2020 consumption dahil this is the last reading wherein nakuha natin yung actual reading prior to ECQ. So normally, we do or base the consumption from the previous. So this is the previous February reading, and then kung kailan kayo nabasahan ulit, which is May. So yun po yung naging basis natin to get the consumption of that particular ECQ period. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. So for our next question, will there be any disconnection if the current bill was already paid and the installment plan was not? So yan, magandang tanong po yan. So if mapuputulan daw ba sila ng kuryente if yung current bill was nabayaran pero yung installment plan was hindi nabayaran. So Sir Winston, babalik ko lang po ulit sa inyo yung tanong. So can you answer this for us, please?
Thank you for the question. Of course, sabi nga po, as explained, up to September 30, will not be issuing any disconnection order. As I have said din po kanina, kung hindi naman po nabayaran yung IP bills, it will be reflected again in your current bill as previously unpaid bills. So, kailangan lang po, hanggang sa, kasi sayang po yung pagkakataon na binigay po ng Meralco for us to pay na mas easier kung hindi po mababayaran. So, dapat po habang dumadating po yung ating IP bills, I suggest na mabayaran po 'yon para wala po tayong isipin after September 30. I hope I answer your question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you po Sir Winston. So I think our next question comes from Jomil Reyes again from C Residences. So ang tanong po niya is, what is Meralco's strategy to make sure that supply is sufficient or capable of handling forecasted demand, especially with the growth in condo projects? So again, what is Meralco's strategy to make sure that supply is sufficient or capable of handling forecast demand, especially with the growth in condo projects? So Tin, can you help us with this question, please?
Thank you, Kenneth. Hi, Jomel. Good afternoon. As I mentioned earlier, Meralco continues to improve its facilities by upgrading our lines and also our facilities. So with this, I think from time to time din, nagkakaroon din ng checking ang aming mga internal partners when it comes to the load growth or demand ng ating mga customers, no? So andyan yung mga transformers, meron kaming mga systems internally para malaman namin kung itong transformer na to nagpipick na ba. And I think from time to time then we also asked for the forecasted demand of your condo. So I think we do this on a yearly basis, if not twice a year, no? So that's why our RMs engage with the PMs para at least aware si Meralco na merong kaming kailangang paghandaan na ganitong big project or ganitong demand ng customer pagdating sa kanyang property. So I hope this helps. Thank you, Jomil, and good afternoon.
Yes, thank you very much, Tin, for that answer. So I think this next question is related dun sa sinagot ni Mark kanina about sa analog to digital meter. So I'll give this question to him. So Anonymous asks, for residential area, is it possible to exchange Meralco analog to digital? And is there any payment and ano po yung process? So Mark?
Hi, Kenneth. Thank you again for the question. Basically, nabanggit din ni Mr. Wins na na we are trying, na gusto rin namin na mapalitan lahat ng analog meters namin with digital. Ngayon kasi yung mga digital meters, this is a smart meter. So there is a capability for these meters na mag-store ng readings and then do automatic meter reading, which is gusto rin namin yon kasi para maging advanced naman yung ating facilities. Ngayon, with regard sa kung there's a payment or any process, so far kasi ngayon, we don't do the replacement yet kasi nga we are highly regulated by ERC, so we need to ask their approval pa muna kung pwede bang palitan na namin lahat ng meters. Pero as what I mentioned prior, lahat naman na ng kinakabit naming metro ngayon, it's all digital. So hopefully I answered your question. Thank you.
So thank you very much, Mark, for that answer. So tama po yung nabanggit niya na moving forward po is si Meralco, digital na po yung mga kinakabit namin ng mga metro. So next question is, are prepaid meters affected by the estimated consumption? So ayun nga, so are prepaid meters affected by the estimated consumption? Sino po kaya pwedeng sumagot sa atin? Sir Winston, can you help us with this question po?
Thank you, Kenneth. No? Actually, hindi tayo affected kung prepaid meters yung gamit natin. Since, ano nga ito parang kuryente nga, di ba? So, yan sana yung gusto ng Meralco as what our head have discussed sa Senate, na kung napayagan lang, nabilisan yung aming approval, then mas marami sanang nakinabang dun sa digital meter. Pero, just to answer this plainly, hindi po tayo apektado kasi every day, we texted you kung ano po yung naging konsumo natin, and we also texted you kung kailangan na po nating mag-top up. Thank you.
Okay, so I think wala na po tayong further questions sa listahan. So if we're good, wala na po may gusto humabol po ng tanong. So I think that was a very good discussion. Clearly, we have a lot to discuss, but we hope that we were able to clarify and cover most, if not all, of the topics. So thank you to our panelists for joining our Q&A, kay Sir Winston, kay Mark, and kay Tin. So thank you all for answering the questions of our attendees, and thank you naman po sa mga attendees natin for all your questions. So hopefully, dahil po sa batuhan na nangyari po ngayon is na-inform natin everyone about yung mga hindi malinaw na mga bagay. And hopefully din po, yung presentation namin is mayroon po kayo napulot doon that you can use para po kapag meron kayong mga tenants na lumapit sa inyo para magtanong sa mga bills, matulungan nyo din po. So alam po natin kasi na yung customer nyo or yung mga tenants nyo is both your customer and ours. So kaya po kami naggumawa nitong webinar po na ito para mapagtulungan po natin dalawa. Para lagi lang po masaya yung mga end users po natin. So if you have further questions or concerns, we encourage you to contact us. Your relationship managers, me, Kenneth Behar, Mark C, and Tin Lopez, so we can be of help. So you may also visit our website at corporatepartners.meralco.com.ph. So don't worry, kasi we will be giving you a recording of this webinar to all participants as soon as you answer yung short survey, which will be sending out sa chat portion. So don't forget to fill up yung survey po na yun for us to improve ourselves and as well para po makareceive kayo ng copy ng recording po ng webinar na to. So thank you again, and we hope to see you in our future meetings and webinars. So this has been the Meralco Power Up Live webinar on understanding your Meralco bill. I am Kenneth Bihar, your host for today. Good afternoon and stay safe, everyone.
Nasaan ka man, anong oras man, maging sa bahay, opisina o sa paaralan. Nandito lang kami para tumulong sa inyo. Ano bang pangangailangan, kami ay tutugon. Sa bawat araw ay kasama ninyo, mga kaibigan ninyo sa Meralco. Mas masaya, mas maganda, mas masaya, mas maganda.